what happened last week. I seriously lost like about 2/3 of my Caucasian friends that I grew up with, because they choose to either stick their head in the dirt or act as if what's going on just isn't happening. If you got two men, one man has $1 and one man has $10, and you walk up to him and you steal 50 cents from the both of them, who's hurting more? The man that had a buck that only has 50 cents left, or the man that still has $9.50? You know, we're the minority, even though the numbers may be equal about how many of us get, you know, dealt with in the manner in which they were dealt with. We're still the minority in the community, across America. So it's felt a lot more. So when my quote unquote friends would say things like, well, all lives matter and you're I'm this, that, the third, it's like, dude, no, come on, man. Act as if we grew up together. Act as if you have ever been arrested in your life about anything. I was chilling in front of a comic book store in Rancho Cucamonga with a box full of Magic the Gathering cards. I don't know if any of y'all know what that is. One, yeah. You know what I mean? Two. Yeah, I got about 50,000 cards. I'm a gigantic nerd. I'm a nerd. You know? And I was sitting in front of a comic book shop, chilling, waiting for the comic book shop to open. Chilling. Up comes a sheriff, 3 more sheriffs, 4 more sheriffs. I'm getting arrested because I fit the description of somebody who robbed one of these stores that's in the general vicinity. Who the hell robs a store and then comes back with their money to the store? First off. And second off, how do they put the picture of the person that they arrested me and said that I was, and the only thing on the picture that matched me to him was our height. You couldn't make out no part of his face. He had on a hoodie, he had on gloves, navy blue jacket, black face. 5'5" is the only thing that resembles me and this dude, and that's it. I went to jail, I lost my job. I became homeless because I fit the description. That's some crap that none of my Caucasian friends have ever had to deal with. And I'm being recorded, so Bo Bailey, eat a dick. David Mateo, eat a dick. Stick your hand in the dirt and act like the shit doesn't happen if you want to. I'm your homeboy. I'm the one that was homeless. I'm the one that lost his job. You've never had to deal with no shit like that, and you know it. I mean, if you listen to my man, the last thing I was up here say that, you know, he got pulled over with a car smelling like weed, this, that, and the third. Man, the first time I got arrested ever in my life, I got pulled over in a what do you call that thing? Where they shut down the street and everybody that drives through gets the checkpoint thing. I got stopped in a checkpoint and they decided that, you know what? You've got this much weed in your car. The fucking sheriff kept my weed. He didn't go take it to the table where the stuff was going. He put my shit in his pocket. Put me in shackles and took me to jail. And I lost a job that time. I was working at the Ontario Mills. But either way, I lost that job. Why? Just because we don't want you to be a part of society. We don't want you to be an actual part of this society. We want you in this big ass house making money over the fact that you're in this big ass house.
Tell it.
So hide, David. Hide your dumb ass in the fucking dirt. And Bo, eat a dick. Devil's advocate, my black ass. Anyway, I wrote this in response to a completely separate person who want to say some crap. And it was just like, you gotta be kidding me. You act as if you live in America, dog. Stuff is happening, whether you want to say it or not. But either way, I'm gonna just jump into it. And the second piece that I'm gonna recite is gonna be something that's not nearly like this. You've advanced the idea that black is evil across the globe. You successfully birthed perpetual hate for the original man. You've indoctrinated everlasting fear into any black man who dares stand against or even speak against tyranny. Meanwhile, you've rewritten so many histories. Children nowadays equate Malcolm X with a Sith Lord, and Martin Luther King with Humpty Dumpty, and marches across America are more akin to Dorothy skipping down a yellow brick road. While our organized men march barefoot, straddling sanity, marching against diabolical men serving a purpose preposed for their own servile glory. Glorification for the destruction of another man, the destruction of another people, and the reconstruction of another America which was never meant to be shared. Bootstraps for who? Only those born with a golden birthright. Those who asked God to be born white heterosexual males in America. Look at me sideways when I refer to my brother as my nigga. When it's my prerogative to reconstruct a term, a word meant to encourage hate, meant to feed your superiority complex. Yet you'll blissfully put on blackface and soft shoe for applause sake. Assuming that we see an art form that crosses race, but in actuality in you, this is just an act. A mask that you remove depending on who's next to your present space, because beneath it all, it is you yourself hates. Bootstraps, where? Hidden in a closet, Narnian deep. Your bootstraps sleep beneath this nation's backbone. Those black bones charred and scorched with cotton and tobacco stuck between the vertebrae. Even today, you outsource my job as soon as I'm up for a promotion so you can save a buck. I can't pay my mortgage, you say, bad luck, too bad, that sucks. I get on welfare, you say I'm a strain on the economy. I fall back on crime and you'll throw the whole book on top of me. My wife leaves me because an unemployed black man is considered good for nothing. With no hope, I find myself in a cell. Can't teach my daughters they're worth more than a fucking. Can't teach my sons it's no fun living life jiving and shucking. While their poisoned bodies and minds mature too early behind a corporation's idea/agenda to keep my people next to death with the food and water they can't avoid ingesting. Only available in minority communities. Incarcerated for a crime for which those born with bootstraps inherited immunity. Bootstrap men kill my people with impunity. Hiding in tax shelters or behind golden hunks of stolen pride with stars in the front covering a swastika heart. Bootstrap men offer rehabilitation to bootstrap men and incarceration for anyone other than them. And everyone knows, everyone with them speaks on the fact that they have no chance, but you swear that we're equal. You even outsourced the boots themselves, made in Taiwan, stamped all over the goddamn thing. Pull up my bootstraps, how? When every other corner in my community supplies and sells guns and weapons and alcohol cheaper than food. Every coin black station portray my people as fools, only willing to pay an untalented idiot millions for continuing a cycle of stupidity, because as long as we're drunk and killing each other, we can't focus on the common enemy. We can't focus on our own ability to be great. We won't try to shine. Putting a people on a pedestal of failure is a crime. I'm sorry, and it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You throw a rock at me later, I'll take it. Throw me a rock, it's all good.
You throw a rock, you're gonna have to deal with me.
Okay, so I've been arguing in my head on what it is that I wanted to do next. So I'm gonna go with the piece that my wife would like me to do, and it's not gonna be that that she's asked me to do 600 times. Not gonna do that. Excuse me, Miss Lovely, but can I have this before I die? You see, I tried to find love and it just poked me in the eye. So I waited by the wayside and it just passed me on by. So I tried to be bold with it. I tried to seize the day. But it noticed that I was ready and willing and politely pushed me away. All the time having the smallest complaint of the tiniest flaws about what I ain't. Inadequacy is what I felt all the time. Inadequacy is the name of these rhymes. Because I don't have a car, I don't drink at bars, I'm only 5'5", and for most that ain't tall. I don't look perplexing, I'm no Fred Astaire, I'm strong as an ox, but love doesn't care. I have good intentions, but also no money. So just chill in your chairs and picture this, honeys. Picture a Negro in elegant garb who sits in the back of his elegant car to take you out dancing to mingle with stars and sip on the expensivest drinks at the bar. Or how about a cat who was aimed at the moon, who made it up there and fell back way too soon, but still up the mark that he made with his spoon. You'll realize it soon. Or maybe I'll croon. Maybe I'll write some words I mean love, and add some wild notes that'll channel them mugs, and sing you to sleep as a delicate dove as subliminal messages sent from above. Or how about this? I'll just chill on the fence, beginning to fall over and won't even wince. Just continue to stare for the second you're there, mind lost in the breeze that plays in your hair. Fall over and crack my skull on the ground and pass away without the quietest sound. Will you frown to call me a clown, keep dirt in my blood, and then dance around and say, he fell down and broke his crown. It's the funniest thing that I've seen in this town. And my blood turned to chocolate brown. My brains turned to mounds, but they have no nuts. But hey, I'm nuts. You know what I'll do? I'll grab your attention by giving the fluid at you by coughing all over your shoes. It's fucking disgusting, but something I do. Or maybe I should just write out some words and call it poetry, beat it in thirds, and stand on the curb and top of the burb and yell at the top to frighten the birds. But the crows just look at the Negro with book and words that shook the nation. As he patiently took the world's hooks, now look at God's creation. As he patiently took the world's hooks, now look at God's creation. As he patiently took the world's hooks, now look at God's creation that you can't have.